Hi class, today we are going to discuss the new topic, which is the Cartesian plane, graph of linear equation and slope. So this is part of your midterm exam. The learning objectives of this topic: at the end of this lesson, students should be able to calculate the distance between 2 points using the distance formula. Second objective, to determine the coordinates of the midpoint of a line segment. And the third objective, which is for you to determine the coordinates of points when the line segment is divided into equal lengths. Then determine the x and y intercept of a linear equation. Then the fifth objective is to calculate the slope of a line. Then next is to determine the angle between two. As per the definition, Cartesian planes are also called the XY plane, where a set of points can be plotted and analyzed. The two other planes are Y, Z, and XZ as shown in the figure. So in our previous discussion, you were introduced to rectangular coordinate system where a point is located using its x and y coordinate, also referred to as ordered pairs. So rectangular coordinate system is referred to as Cartesian coordinate system, named after the mathematician René Descartes, who originally thought of the concept. So the distance formula is determined by this formula. So, ito po yung ginagamit nating formula para ma-determine yung distance ng dalawang point. So, let's have a sample problem. So, let's solve the distance between these 2 points using the formula that I have introduced you from the previous slide. So, to determine the distance of the 2 points, this is the formula that we are going to use. Y squared minus y1. Then substituting it to the corresponding variable, so yung x2 natin dito is the point or the second point, which is 4 at the x-axis minus the first point at the x-axis squared plus the y2 of the second point equals to -1. Then the y1 is equals to -1, I mean 7. Let's erase the parentheses since it's not necessary to put parentheses. So, using your calculator, we get an answer of 9.434 minutes. Let's have another example. So find the equation that describes all points x, y that are equidistant from point A and point B. So anong ibig sabihin ng problem? So yung linya na hahanapan natin ng equation ay represented by this blue line. So sabi sa problem, yung lines daw or yung line is equidistant from A, from point A, which is this is the point A, and point B. Then let's denote this middle point as point P. So, anong ibig sabihin ng equidistant? So, ibig sabihin, yung line daw ay madidivide niya yung linya na to into two equal part. So, yun yung equidistant na sinasabi. So in short, nasa middle point siya between this A and B. So yung line is magpa-pass through sa middle point ng A and B. Kaya siya naging equidistant. So let's solve this problem. So using the distance formula, kailangan muna natin i-solve yung distance between A and P. So by substituting yung yung x2 natin, which is the unknown x minus x1, which is the x value ng point A. Then again, yung y2 natin, which is equals to this unknown y. And yung y1 natin is yung nasa point A. Then this is the equation 1 natin, di ba? Magbuo muna tayo ng equation para magkaroon tayo ng relationship sa ibang equation. And next is the distance naman between point P and this is the point P or the unknown P na kailangan natin gawan ng equation. So, kailangan natin ulitin yung same process sa pag-substitute ng mga variables. Again, yung x2 natin is the unknown variable. Then the x1 natin is yung point na nasa or the x variable or x value na nasa point B. Then y2 natin is the unknown value at point P minus the y1 natin, which is 7 na nasa point B squared. So this is equation 2. So, meaning, since yung equidistant is equal sila ng distance, pwede tayo magkaroon ng relationship between these two equations. So, meaning, pwede natin siya i-equate since yung distance ng DAT is equal sa distance ng DBP. So to eliminate the square root from both sides, just multiply it with the exponent of squared. So ito na po yung makukuha nating equation. So nangyari po to kasi nag-multiply tayo both side ng squared para ma-eliminate natin yung square root ng. So sa pag-eliminate ng square root, kailangan mo siyang i-multiply with the exponent of 2. So ito na yung magiging bagong equation. So nawala na yung square root. Then next is combining or simplifying the like terms. So kailangan nating i-distribute yung squared or kailangan natin i-expand itong equation. So x squared minus 2 times 5 equals 10x. Then 5 times 5 equals 25. Then for this one, y squared. So to expand this expression, the first term is y squared and the middle term is 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 times negative 1. So since they have the same sign, kaya naging positive 2y siya. Then y squared should be negative, not positive 1. Y squared equals x squared. So, ulitin nyo lang, i-expand nyo lang muna tong expression. So, lahat to i-expand natin. So, 2 times negative 1 equals negative 2 times negative equals positive 2x plus 1 squared plus negative 1 squared is equals positive 1 squared. Tama. Positive. Plus, then ito naman yung kailangan nating i-expand. Y squared. Then the middle term is 2 times 7 equals negative 14y because of the negative sign. Then 7 squared equals positive 49 since same sign equals positive. Then next is combining the like terms. So, dito, i-combine na natin yung mga like terms. So, meron tayong x squared minus x squared. So, makakancel na to. Then, negative 10x. Then, negative 10x. Then, hanapin nyo yung like term, which is negative. Kailangan nyo i-distribute yung negative sign na nasa labas. So, magiging negative 2x, kaya naging negative 12x siya. So, naging negative 12x. Then, 25. Then, next is y squared minus y squared. Again, makakancel siya kasi nga yung negative sign natin dito is madidistribute dito. Kaya, makakancel siya since y squared minus y squared equals 0. Then, 2y plus 14y is equal 16y. Then, combining the constant value, 25 plus 1 equals 26. Then, negative 1 minus negative 49 equals 50. So, 50. So, negative 50 minus, negative 50 plus 26 is equals to negative 24 kung nasa kabila siya. Pero pagka ililipat na natin siya sa other side, magiging positive 24. So, check it on your own kung tama yung lalabas na sagot. So, to simplify, the equation is divisible by negative 4. So, yung magiging sagot natin is 3x minus 4y equals negative 6. Next is the So, the midpoint M of the line segment joining P1 and P2 in figure has a coordinates of xm and ym. So, yung midpoint, ito po yun. Yung gitnang point between point 1 and point 2. So, sa paghahanap ng middle point or midpoint, kinukuha lang natin yung average ng x values natin. Then, yung average naman ng y values natin. So, let's have an example para mas maintindihan. So, let's have an example. So, kailangan nating hanapin yung midpoint nitong dalawang point. So, sa paghahanap, ito yung 5 and negative 1. And ito naman yung negative 1 and 7. So, yung solution natin dito is kukunin mo lang yung average nitong x, itong dalawang x. So, yung x1 natin is 5. Then, the x2 is negative 1 over 2. In-over 2 siya kasi nga average ng dalawang point na nasa x-axis. Then, yung isa is yung average naman ng y, ng dalawang y natin. So, yung y1 natin is negative 1. Then, yung y2 natin is 7 over 2. So, yung magiging coordinate ng midpoint natin is 2 and 3. So, So, dito naman kailangan nating hanapin yung terminal point ng tatlong point. Ito yung first point natin and ito yung midpoint. So, yung hinahanap natin is yung second point. So, kung i-visualize natin siya, so, unahin natin, since meron na tayong midpoint, coordinate ng midpoint which is 4, 8, so masasubstitute na natin siya dito. Then, yung unknown natin is the second point. So, by writing the equation 1 plus x2 which is the unknown terminal point over 2, then the y value para sa terminal point is unknown over 2. Then, yung 1 plus x2 over 2 natin is equal sa x value natin na nasa midpoint. So, substituting it to get the x value of the terminal point, so nakuha natin is 7. Then, yung y ng terminal point natin is makukuha by substituting it with this equation. So, ano yung 8? Saan yung galing? So, yun yung value ng y na nasa midpoint. So, by substituting, so, kung i-simplify natin itong value, kung makukuha natin terminal point at y-axis is equals to 13. So, the terminal point is located at 7 and 13. Division of line segment. So, as per the definition, if a line segment defined by point P1 to point P2 is divided as shown in the figure, wherein the ratio of the distance from P1 to P2 and the distance between P to P2 is represented by the ratio 1 or by R1 to R2, the location of the point P can be found by using the formula. So, sa division of line naman, unlike dun sa equidistance, yung ratio or yung distance nitong dalawang parts ay magkaiba. So, ito po yung ginagamit natin na formula pag hinahanap natin yung coordinates nitong point na to, itong point P. So, let's have an example para mas maintindihan nyo yung formula. So, let's have another example. The segment joining P1 and P2 is trisected. Find the point of trisection near to point P1. So, yung technique ng pag-solve nito ay dapat marunong kayo mag-interpret ng problem. So, sinasabi na trisected. So, ibig sabihin, yung lines natin is divided into 3 parts. So, for example, nandito banda yung point 1 natin. I will just estimate the plotted points. Nandito yung point 1 natin. At ito yung point 2. So, sinabi na trisected. So, i-divide natin siya into 3 equal parts. 1, 2, ay, ulitin natin yung then divide into 3 equal part. 1, 1, 2, 3. So, yung magiging ratio niya, yung R1. So, sabi daw sa problem, find the point of trisection nearer to point P1. So, kung near sa point P1 siya, ito yung point P1. So, ito yung point na hinahanapan natin ng coordinate. So, next step natin is by using this formula or relationship, yung P1 is, yung distance ng P1 is to P, which is this one, is equal sa R1 is R1. Then yung distance ng near hanggang P2 is equals to R2. Since trisection siya, yung ratio ng R1 is ito. This is R2 equals to 2 and this is 1. So, ibig sabihin, pag kinumpute natin to, o inig natin to dalawa, mag-sum siya sa 3 since hinati natin siya sa tatlo. So, yung 1 is, yung ratio ng 1 is equals to 1. Then, yung part ng R2 is dalawa, kaya maging equals to 2. Then, next is solving for the x and y coordinates of P. So, using the formula, i-substitute lang natin yung mga given formula. So, yung R2 natin, na-determine natin na equals to 2 because dahil sinabi sa problem na trisected. Then, yung x1 natin is yung x-axis na nasa point 1, which is equals to 1. Then, yung R1 natin is 1 times the x2, which is x2, which is 0.2 equals 5 over 1 plus 2. So, meaning, yung nakuha nating value ng x-coordinate ng point P is equals to 2.333. Then, next is, i-substitute naman natin yung mga values para dito sa formula na to para makuha natin yung value of y ng ating point P. So, yung R2 natin, na-determine natin kanina, which is equals to 2. Then, y1 natin is equals to 3 plus R1 natin, which is equals to 1. Then, y2 natin is equals to negative 2 over R1 plus R2, 1 plus 2 is equals to 1.33. So, therefore, yung point P natin may coordinate na 2.33 as the x-axis and 1.33 as the y-axis or the ordinate.